Yes, yes. Hello, hello. Goo goo gaga. Oh my goodness. Why are you a baby? Always have been. What do you mean always have been? How old are you then? This is when you reveal you're actually just like super intelligent baby. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna get into it. Last time I was streaming, I just started tripping out and I had to end the stream. So, yeah, let's try that again. Two-year-old that knows how to type. The loading time angering me. Hurry up. You can see it moving, too. It's not like it has any reason to be doing all that. Hurry up. There we go. So by this time, the Prima Deck statues had already been swapped, right? They must have been. This is the one covered in soot. What lousy timing! And just as the two countries were about to become friends again, too. Hold on. I get one of those stupid pop-ups. There we go. High-key, I'm planning to play this game sometime, so I'm trying not to absorb anything. God forbid you bond with me. Hang out with me and watch the stream. God forbid. Fourth wall, I think it's just you and me. Nobody else cares. It would have been better if they had stolen it then for it to... Oh my god. It would have been better if I had stolen it then for it to have been caught up in that fire. Blah, blah, blah. Why does she keep talking about stealing in front of him? I don't get it. Okay, I think I understand your sentiment. However, if you were to engage in theft, I can't look the other way, right? If you'd please stop stealing my lines. So we have the fire, the statue. We talk to him. The national symbol of Babal is drawn here. There's nothing especially strange about it. Is it just me, or did the butterfly gain an antenna since we last saw it? Even if it did, would it really have any bearing in our case, Kay? Nobi, I do carry you. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm being irrational. My fault. The second fire broke out around the time the Yatagarasu was spotted in Alabast. That's also when a suspicious person was spotted in Babal, which caused some panic.
Hold it!
So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarasu that entered Babal? Yeah. All they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. But that's not enough to make a positive ID, you know? Watching during my award ceremony, kinda derby. Oh my goodness. Wait, what are you getting an award for? Still, it was enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more. A person in a long coat. Sounds exactly like the same person I saw. The Yatagarasu who appeared in Alabast was proven to be just a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the Yatagarasu who appeared in Babal is also suspect. School stuff and leadership boring things. Oh, congratulations anyways. You can't be serious. Not when we're this close to capturing the fake. I mean, Callisto, you. So the Yatagarasu appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Mr. Kojin, then disappeared. By the way, detective, why did you not chase after the Yatagarasu? I did, but... Well, this embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members. I was I got separated from the other staff members I was with and was lost for a while there.
Hold it!
You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective? I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. But, you know, it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue. Oh, is that a fact? Yeah, it was when I was lost and wandering around in the third floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed towards it right away. Oh, that's probably when I found Mr. Cochin's body. Yeah, I thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could. And it was... Oh my gosh. And it was thanks to Gummy that Miss Sheena wasn't able to take me away. He covered for me until you got here, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, I see. So he can be useful once in a blue moon. Still, it's too bad that Agent Sheena got here before I did. I wonder where Agent Sheena was before you found her here. Well, just before I got into this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door. So it was obviously her, right? Because the fireplaces can turn. Agent Sheena mentioned something about chasing the Yatagarasu herself earlier. Well, she apparently helped in putting out the first fire. Then during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yatagarasu. She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her. Well, why are you pointing at me when you say that, sir? We've examined everything in this office, but there's still one thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Palino about it. Ambassador Palino, there's something I'd like to ask you about. Yes? About this office. It appears to me to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock. That's right. You've also paid a visit to the Alabastian side of the embassy. Our two embassies actually used to be one. Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that. Which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical, blah blah blah. So no matter which room the location of the fireplace, the location of the fireplace and the like are exactly the same. Even where the art is located is the same, as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office. You mean for your handshake photo op with the Jammin' Ninja? Yes, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right? Yet another odd expression of Babal's obsessively competitive spirit with Alabast, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots. Yeah, no, because if the fireplace is the same, that means that it can turn back and forth. Meaning that she probably was just in the other room, like, on that wall, right there. Connect what dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. Can't look at the fireplace anymore. I think it's time to start putting shit together, right? The Alabastian and Babalese sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact, then this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passageway. A secret passageway? In Alabast, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall. A revolving wall? It sounds like something out of a ninja house. Wow, there was a trick like that built into the fireplace, sir. What? This embassy holds that kind of secret? There seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Mr. Ambassador. I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this.
Agreed. My first thought is that it's likely the killer used the revolving fireplace.
It looks like just another fireplace, though, doesn't it? So, how do you turn it again?
In Alabast, I had to push where the X was on the far wall of the fireplace.
Oh!
Oh! I see an X back there, sir. Let's see what happens when I push it. Ah! You scared me, sir! There is something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts.
Huh? But we found an X where you thought there'd be one, right?
We did, but it's not what I was referring to. Something is missing from the scene. What does this contradiction mean for us? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. There's no ink. Ambassador Palleino, you said that you burned some old files with this fireplace today, correct? Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually. And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct? That's right. But why are you asking? And why are you making such a scary face? I'm sorry. I admit I am a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, take a good look at this fireplace and tell me what you find odd about it. Let's see. Huh? Where did all the ashes go? The fireplace is already turned around because it was used. You don't really think that Ambassador Palleino is lying, do you? No, there's no reason for him to lie. And I don't believe his testimony is wrong, either. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Hi! How are you, Blue? Okay. I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me.
You got it. I'll add the ashes from the burnt files and... Sounds like we pretty much figured everything out now, huh?
Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us.
I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, right?
Oh, you mean that? Well, it's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know? There is really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do. Okay. The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple.
It's not because someone cleaned them up, right?
No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Palleino said that he spilled some Bubbly's ink while he was burning the files. And yet there is not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere.
Well then, I don't know what happened.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, The ashes were moved into the neighboring room, which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used.
Then you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through there?
Gives think brain blast. I'm saying. Hi. Also, like, dude, I'm doing good. I have a doctor's appointment in June. I finally set it up. It feels kind of far away. My doctor's really busy, unfortunately. I don't know. Have y'all been having that where anytime you book like a doctor's appointment, it's super far away? Feels like it takes forever to get to your appointment. Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Kochen's killer. And after committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace.
Wow, Mr. Edgeworth! You figured out the killer's escape route.
I have. But this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down. It's her. Like, it's so obviously her. If the killer used the fireplace in this room to escape into the next, then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who was in the neighboring room. Well, the person that was in the neighboring room was... Oh! It was that person, sir! Yes, Detective. Agent Sheena. Free us. Finally, golly. The green?
It's looking more and more like Miss Sheena is the killer, isn't it?
Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one, and instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claimed that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Kochen. I don't have any proof yet. However, I know she is hiding something from us.
Okay then. Why don't we go ask Miss Sheena herself?
Hold it!
No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Detective Gumshoe. Sir! Is it my turn to do something, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on the Damask 2 note. Okay, I'll get the lab boys on it right away. Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall. Right now, sir? No, next decade. Of course now! We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we?
Go on, Gummy. You can do it.
Well, I feel like K going through makes more sense, right? Like, logically. That man is huge. Alright, I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here I go. Through the fireplace and back. You shouldn't need to psych yourself up that much for such a simple task, Detective. Wow, the wall inside the fireplace really did turn.
That's so neat. Now I want to try going through there too.
There really is a secret passageway through there? I had no idea. Would appear that the ash really was just pushed into the other room. Furthermore, the Babylese ink you spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall. Okay, here I go, sir.
Hold it!
Do you think that was also why Manny was so angry? Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer. Oh, but there's all that ash and stuff. And your point is? Now, we're short on time, so if you could please hurry on through. Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right?
No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve, such as the Yatagatasu's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members, the two weapons that made it across the border, the key Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Miss Yu is related to these embassies. Well, I think I know.
Mr. Edgeworth.
A number of pieces connect in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted.
What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said that it's easy if you follow the leads.
Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay?
If it's info gathering you need, Gummy and I can help with that. And then all you have to do is show off your fancy-smancy logical deductions.
Show off? Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that?
Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? We've been so focused, like a laser, on only what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us.
Kay.
That's the sort of thing I say to myself. When I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know?
That is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect for your sake.
Yay, it looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back, sir. Okay, but his suit clean as fuck. Yes, I can see that. Good work, detective. Looks like you can use that fireplace like a door, sir.
Are you alright, Gummy?
I'm okay. Just a bit of ash and dust, that's all. Your jacket has gotten quite filthy. I see the hem is practically turned black. Hey, so why didn't they add that to his sprite? Okay, whatever. Yeah, well, quite a bit of the unburned ink got on it, sir. I see. Thank you, detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat. What? No, sir, I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it was a coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it cleaned. But, you know. I see. Very well, then. As you wish. Bestos.
So because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right?
Yes. But that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact.
And that is...
that the jacket got dirty, so she would have had to take it off? Is that what it is? Hi! And we'll have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis, Detective Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir! I'll be back before you know it. The handwriting analysis on Mr. Cochin's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let's go and wait in the Theatrum Neutralis, along with Agent Lang and Agent Sheena. So, here's something that bothers me personally. Why is it that when we know that there's a suspect, like an actual suspect, we don't think to lock it down, especially when it's related to something as serious as a smuggling case, where the average suspect literally, like, runs away before getting arrested? Like, this is, like, a huge deal. This is not normal. Agent Lang. Lang Ji says, little cubs never do they know the real fury of the Elder Wolves. These quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean? It means that you'll never really know how angry I can get. Okay, Bruce Banner, calm down. Mr. Prosecutor. The counterfeit bills made with Bubbly's ink. They were all of Jingfa denominations. Ooh. Yes, so I heard from Miss Von Karma. But we don't know where the play money has gone. They must have not figured out that it was all burned yet. The sunglasses were wagged? Tell him that. Ever since those things showed up in circulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. Zhengfa is in financial chaos as we speak. Ooh, I'd be pissed. Because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. I've staked the honor of the House of Lang on this. And I've come to this land to capture the mastermind behind the whole mess. I've investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zhengfa. And I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer. Agent Lang, don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Elba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. Oh, no. It is I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. Brother, you haven't been strong in like 50 years. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Quirkus, you fool! Curse your empty brain! You're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of story. He's very respectable, but he's also very irritating. I find it very interesting how they make some of the other characters. In this case, like, usually would be a prosecutor. But in this case, it's an Interpol agent because, you know, we're the prosecutor. Like, there's layers to this shit. If you're a defense attorney, your your rival in the game will be a prosecutor. And if you're a prosecutor, your rival in the game will be a fucking Interpol agent, I guess. Sheena, let's go. Time to return to our den. Well, no, let's not let that happen. Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but go home as well. Agent Lang, a moment of your time. Ooh. You, Wolfman and the secretary lady. Hold it! Objection, pal! Detective Gumshoe. Have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already? Yep, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir. Just as I thought. Good work, detective. Yeah, I think that we should place her under arrest. Like, am I tripping? Like, whenever it's us finding out that there's a suspect, they just get to walk free. Like, that lady killing people, mind you. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. How long do you intend to hold us up for? Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Sheena, I'd like to ask you something if you don't mind. Yes? How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu when you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Cochin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, what are you doing asking her about something she didn't see? Agent Lang hasn't touched the Babal investigation at all, so I suppose I'll need to explain a few things to him first. Well, Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours. She has misused lips and face shape. I'm saying the only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. Oh, sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well. I'll supervise you until the end. She's seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day? That's what you agreed to. You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you? I'm not trying to pick a fight. And the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see. Ha! I should have known that you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end. I can't lie, I'd be protecting my baddie too. I get it, I understand it. Let's get into it. It would appear that way. Jojo Core. Golly. Well, I'll prosecute. Oh my gosh, I'll prove her innocence. So let's see what you've got, Prosecutor Edgeworth. With pleasure. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babal, and establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony? You mean the suspicious person in a coat that she saw? That's right. The person is one of the keys to solving this case. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu. Pretended? What do you mean by that? I'll get into that in a second. But first, I want to review what Kay's mystery person did. Kay, if you could please explain for us what the person you were chasing did.
Okay, you got it. I first spotted the suspicious person near the open-air stage on the Babalese side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase.
For the sake of argument, let's call the suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Now please, tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor.
Can do.
Hi.
I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babalese embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Kochin's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Who's there? By the time I turned the lights on, the Yatagarasu had disappeared.
When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang? What do you mean? What do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness. Objection! Sorry, but I know for a fact that person didn't escape through that door. Oh? And how do you know that with such certainty? That's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, they would have run right into this person. Take that! Your answer is Sheena? Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used the door. When Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Kochin's body, the Yatagarasu would have run right into Agent Sheena, who was in the next room over. Agent Sheena, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question?
No, I didn't see anyone.
You see? Therefore, the Yatagarasu could not... It just means that the creep slipped out before Sheena made it into the hallway. I doubt that, as there was another person in the hallway. A certain detective. Detective Gumshoe, where were you exactly at that time? Me, sir? Well, when I heard Kay scream, I ran towards Mr. Kochin's office from the opposite direction of Agent Sheena, sir. So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Oh, thank you for the rose, I appreciate it. Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route.
Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth! You nailed him with just an explanation of what happened.
Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well. And get another possible escape route that the Yaragarasu could have taken. Ooh. I get it. So that's what you're trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out. Precisely. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. I think it's time to bust out with our revolving fireplace wall explanation, right? No, not quite yet.
Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time.
The revolving wall on the bubbly side is known to only 4 people. Only to 4 people. If we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end. What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics? Nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off. That smug, haughty attitude of yours. You really rub me the wrong way, you know that? Well, no matter. I figured you out already anyway. He want him so bad. The only other possible escape route besides the door is the room's lone window. And since that eerie picture of said escape route exists... Oh. Are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yatagarasu's escape? Damn, okay. I guess Detective Bad must have filled him in on this photo. I have to admit that at first I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I know now that to be impossible. Now I realize you may not know this, but humans can't fly. Humans can't be wolves either, but it doesn't stop you from having your Roblox roleplay in real life. Now does it? Out here acting like fucking warrior cats, but with fucking wolves. Of course I know that. That's bloody common sense. Besides, I never thought that photo to be of the Yatagarasu's escape route. I suppose not. Alright then, explain yourself. The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu that Kei was chasing after. You can say whatever you'd like in whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really understand. The language of evidence. Very well then. I present to you proof that the person Kei saw was not the same as the one in this photo.
Take that!
Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu Kei saw. Kei spotted the Yatagarasu heading for the 3rd floor during the 2nd fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the 1st fire.
Yeah, way to go! That's twice you bit him in the butt now.
We're not done yet. You still have to explain what that shadow is, and how the Yatagarasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit we don't understand what it means quite yet. Ha! As I thought. However, the Yatagarasu's escape route? Now, that I can answer. You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on. Enlighten me.
Hold it!
Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw in what I have to say. You were busy heading up the Alabastian investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you'd have much knowledge about the Babyliss side of the case. So wouldn't it be best if the lead on that side, Agent Sheena, explained in my stead? Sheena is my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call myself her boss?
Lang, it's alright. I can take care of him.
Sheena. His head big as fuck.
You've shielded me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth.
The smile? The smile? The smile? Alright. If you're okay with it, then you have my support. Finally, it's down to just Agent Sheena and myself. This is where the battle really begins.
Now then, what is it you'd like to ask?
Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Babyliss embassy?
During the first Babyliss fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babal. While I was searching, I heard a scream come from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical about that girl's Yatagarasu. I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists.
Oh.
And that's all I have to say. But I'm not lying when I say I saw the suspicious person run into Mr. Cochin's office. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my statement, or my testimony. Good.
Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation?
No, I moved alone.
In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi. Is that correct? Are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic. Isn't that what she's doing? Okay. And it wasn't when Agent Sheena tried to arrest Kay under the same rationale? And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapon's owner? Not that it's unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation. Although, I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected. I will make no excuse for what I did in that situation. Then you should apologize right now for making Kay out to be the killer, pal. I'm sorry. Sheena, apologize.
I'm sorry.
Her little smile?
It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I never doubted you. Not for 1 second. And the same goes for me. I believe in Sheena. Putting all your eggs in one basket, killing me, because she is absolutely the one fucking up your economy and shit. I fully believe that's Callisto. I'm not gonna lie to you. Then let's put that to a test and see if she really is worthy of your trust.
This promises to be interesting.
Being in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office is the problem with your testimony.
Not so fast!
Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what the problem you're talking about at all. Agent Lang, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Alabastian office fireplace? Huh? You mean how it connects the office with the room next door? What about it? Well, Alabast isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces. What? The fireplace in Mr. Cochin's office holds the exact same secret. What? What? The Yatagarasu didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall into the next room over. Now, do you see? Girl, you could have gone into acting. You probably could have made so much money as a professional actor, I'm not gonna lie. If the Yatagarasu had escaped into the next room, then the thief would have run straight into Agent Sheena. Meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yatagarasu. What's the meaning of this, Miles? Well, would you care to explain, Agent Sheena? How you managed to completely miss the fleeing Yatagarasu? Or shall I? You're about to say some stupid shit to get away with it. Bro will be losing his baddie. He don't even know who his baddie is. Your claim that you were in the room was a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one Kay saw in the coat, pretending to be the Yatagarasu, and you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Cochin's office and headed for the fireplace. Then you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Sheena. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now or forever hold your peace. How dare you make Kay look like the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, pal? Ooh, she's gonna laugh. It's her! I knew it! Sheena? Ooh. That laugh. I remember this irritating laugh. I'm getting chills down my spine. Can't be. But it has to be. Sheena, what's wrong with you? I'm sorry. It was so funny that I couldn't help but laugh. Funny, you say? Yes, but you would accuse me of being the Yatagarasu. The prosecutors of this country really are also very strange. Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? You think I'm taking things too lightly? I think not. That's the prosecutor who is. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. The Yatagarasu fled through the fireplace. Do you have any proof to back up your claim? If you don't, you haven't proven a thing regarding the Yatagarasu's escape route. The tone of voice you're talking with me now has certainly changed. Ooh. That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose, and then we can have a real battle of wits. For an agent of Interpol to show me the true power of her mind, it is a great honor.
Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know.
I know. That's why I won't hold anything back either as I answer your question.
My question?
The testimony, right? It has to be.
Take that!
I'm sorry, but is this really your honest answer to my question?
Yes. According to Ambassador Palladino's testimony, they need to stop doing that. That made me think that I was wrong. I was about to take damage. According to Ambassador Palladino's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Cochin.
Oh?
And the ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there.
Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Palladino said that he forgot to. And so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yatagarasu went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Cochin's office is my proof. And just what is so funny?
Ashes proof? Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court?
You still wish to fight us?
Of course, why wouldn't I?
In that case, let's hear your counter-argument.
My counter-argument, huh? This really is just like being in court.
Well, to me, we're simply continuing from where we left off all those years ago.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ooh, he clocked her. It doesn't matter if we're at a crime scene or in a court. Let's finish this here and now.
I suppose. I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse.
Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all. Ooh. My gosh.
In my eyes, all you've proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace, now can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer, with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation. And we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. Oh. And there you have it, my counter-argument.
That's very impressive. No, her last statement is clearly wrong. We found the counterfeit bills.
She's seen through the fact that I have yet to gather one piece of evidence.
What is it, Kay? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now.
If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it to us. But
Kay, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagarasu name, are you not? Kay big as fuck beside us, hold on. Her sprite is way too tall right here. If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off of it. This case you're running to catch the truth. This chase you're running to catch the truth. You must see through it to the very end.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're right. I I will see this through to the end. So, you go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth.
With pleasure. Kay might need to get drafted into the WNBA.
Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it?
Sheena. Please, show me you're someone I can trust. I feel so bad for him. Because he's been kind of irritating sometimes, but this is kind of sad. Like, after everything he's been through, the betrayals he's faced in his home country, just for someone that's probably worked by his side ever since, like, for the last 7 years, to turn out to be the person that, like, has been ruining his country, ruining his reputation, everything. That's so sad. Also, his eyebrow goes into his hairline.
Don't worry. This will be the deciding match. You'll see.
I'm truly sorry, Agent Lang, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Sheena, shall we begin?
I'm ready whenever you are.
This is the one that I want to look into. Do we have the bills?
Objection!
You didn't find anything suspicious at all? I highly doubt that.
But I didn't. You can't even ask the other men.
I don't need to, for I found what you should have a while ago.
Excuse me?
In Mr. Cochin's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills there.
What in the...
Hey, Yo, he's pressed. You see the way he's breathing?
That evidence was something you found right through the girl's machine, right? So what if it was?
That's what I thought.
But unfortunately, for you, a recreation made by a machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills?
No, the wire is well on the clock to silence it.
You see? There was nothing in that office. Nothing you can call evidence, anyway.
Objection!
Speaking of things that you Interpol agents missed, I have found one more.
Your pompous attitude is unnecessary. All I require is the evidence.
Very well. She says, shut that shit down. Just show me the proof. I'll show her the hidden piece of evidence that her fellow Interpol agents missed. It's the wire, right? There it is. Right?
Take that!
I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire. And what exactly is this supposed to be?
And what exactly is this supposed to mean?
Length of wire? So what about it?
I'll tell you what. We found this in the Babalese embassy not long ago.
What?
And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Cochin's office. You found that at the scene of Mr. Cochin's murder?
So I think you'll agree now that I cannot trust you when you say that Interpol has thoroughly checked every room, and that this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Yatagarasu.
You still suspect me, I see. All right, then. I ask that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete.
The room that she was in, right? And it's not possible that the reason that person it's not possible that the reason the person K was chasing chose the 3rd floor was because the person knew there would be no other agents on that floor. Furthermore, we've come to see that Agent Sheena was only pretending to be investigating the Yatagarasu to the point of arresting K. I said 99 likes. Are you proud? Yes, thank you. I said 600. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it, guys. In that case, there's one location that no one has yet to inspect. It's the room that she's in.
Take that!
The location Agent Sheena is, of course, the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Cochin's office warrants a thorough inspection. Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there. I'll be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out that room next to the office. Wasn't he literally in it? Couldn't he? Okay.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you really think that Miss Sheena's the Yatagarasu?
Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is.
Then I'm not going to let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagarasu.
You can tell you can tell which models are older and which ones were made specifically for this game.
Well, can you prove she's the Yatagarasu is the question.
If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he will find, then I should be able to. And just what are you hoping he'll find? My favorite artist playing my favorite game. Investigations is your favorite? Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier. An experiment? As if that detective has the brains for high science. Wasn't mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu. And what did you find out by doing that? First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and Babyliss ink. Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway. But is it really worth so little? I believe that it's actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm about to prove. Ooh. Mr. Edgeworth, I found some things you really need to see, sir. Oh? So what are these things you found? Some makeup, a coat, a pair of shoes, sir?
You found a coat? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing.
Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Sheena, were these pieces of evidence not in that room when you examined it? Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room. Oh, now let's take a look at that coat. Yes, sir. Crawling through. His coat got dirty, so let's see her coat. Thank you for bringing them back to me. It saves me a trip. May I have them back now?
Hold it!
These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them. They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission.
Objection!
I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation. But if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lang, let's hear your opinion on this. I say let them look at your stuff, Sheena.
Lang.
Sheena, let's put it all in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right? He's going through it. Oh my gosh.
I guess so. Alright. Go ahead and examine whatever you'd like. After all, I have nothing to hide.
Good. Now let's begin. Hold on. So which of Agent Sheena's belongings are you trying to examine, sir? The coat. I don't even have to hesitate on that. Like, why the fuck would I care about the makeup or the shoes? Next is, let's examine the coat. Yes, sir. Look at that shit, bro. It's covered in ash and ink. It appears you managed to stain your coat rather badly. Agent Sheena. The Yatagata that Kay saw was wearing a coat, and I'm beginning to wonder if this stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace.
No, you have it wrong. That suit probably caught on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire.
And what about this dark substance around the hem of your coat?
Oh, I didn't realize the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed with soot from when I was helping with the fire. I don't think so. You think you can get away with such a transparent lie?
Yeah, don't lie to us, pal. This is the same pattern of dirt that got on my coat when I went through the fireplace.
Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know? So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from that fireplace.
Which I can.
How?
You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe. Me, sir? What did I do? This coat. This is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I had been hoping to find the coat that the person Kay was wearing. Thanks to you, we've proved that going through the fireplace would sully a coat. I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir.
Thank you for the likes, guys. I appreciate it.
All that remains is for us to show what the dark substance on the coat hem is.
Oh?
And you think you can do that? Of course I can. This dark substance that sullied the hem of this coat. This is the dark substance that sullied the hem of this coat. It's the ink.
Take that!
Babbly's ink?
Yes, this is what will prove the coat went through this is what will prove that the coat went through that fireplace. According to Ambassador Palladino, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning.
You told us about that already, so I don't see the point in mentioning it again.
My point is that he spilled some ink into the back wall of the fireplace at that time. If the dark substance on this coat turns out to be Babbly's ink, it would prove that you and this coat went through the revolving fireplace wall. Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yatagata, but we're not finished yet. But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Babbly's ink on the coat hem. Oh, but I do. And I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds.
How?
How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I will prove the dark substance on the coat is Babbly's ink. We can find out whether this is Babbly's ink or not by lighting it on fire. That's how you're gonna prove that it's Babbly's ink. Yes, if I could please cut a section of the dark stained area for me. If you could please cut a section of the dark stained area for me, I'd appreciate it. Because I will show you, here and now, what the dark substance is. Sheena, sorry to do this, but I'm gonna have to cut a bit off your coat.
Go ahead. I wasn't planning to wear it anymore anyway.
Now then, if someone could loan me a lighter or something.
Oh, I got some matches. I always carry them with me so I can light some smoke bombs.
Then if you could please have, oh my gosh, then, If I could please have one, okay? We can get this experiment underway. Oh, it rhymed. That's a huge amount of the code. Golly. I gotta go. Alpha things happen. I'll try to catch next stream. Oh, okay. Stay safe. Thanks for dropping in. The flame. It's the same color as the flames wit crystal oil produces. Which means Babyliss ink is a product of wit crystal oil. And when lit, the ink produces a green flame. I believe the time has come to clip the Yatagatasu's other wing.
Miss Sheena, you're the fake Yatagatasu. The one who killed my father.
It's about time you came clean, Agent Sheena. Or should I say, Callisto you. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, you're not serious, are you? Do I look like the joking type to you? Callisto you? I've never heard that name before in my life. That manner of speaking and that attitude. You haven't... Oh my gosh. You haven't changed a bit in 7 years. You're the defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday and then tried to frame me for it. Oh, really? You have proof? If you insist that I'm this Callisto you woman... You insist that I'm this Callisto you woman, but you can't prove it. I'll try to catch up next live. Okay, bye. Thanks for dropping in. If you have no proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a single finger on me.
Objection!
The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies by the darkness of night. However, the light of dawn has arrived and it will reveal your true, ugly form to the world. Enough poetry. I want to see some evidence. Do you really have something that can prove that she is Callisto you? I do. It's something the second Yatagatasu has preserved for us these last 7 years.
Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's a perfume, right? I will, Kay. For we have finally come to the end. We'll prove her to be Callisto you with this, and clip this Yatagatasu's wings for good.
Take that!
This perfume. This will prove you to be Callisto you. It will? Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you do remember this bottle. This belonged to Miss Yu just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally, this means that a few of her fingerprints were on here as well. Ooh. This is that bottle of perfume you spilled, which I have preserved ever since. I heard from my father, Vern Faraday, that if stored under the right conditions, a fingerprint can be preserved for decades. Which means that your fingerprints are still on here, every last one. They got her ass, golly. This is why you shouldn't be killing people's parents. Just saying. Look what happened with Bruce Wayne. You can clear everything up if we were to compare the prints on this to your own. Now, come Agent Sheena. Will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test? Calm down. It looks like you've seen right through me yet again. You're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth. Callisto, you. So you've shown your true face at last. This feeling of thrill is even greater than that time 7 years ago. Award ceremony completely sucked butt, but you did get an award, didn't you? That's gonna last forever. Let's go. Let's go. Sheena, you're... Lang, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man. So you were a spy all along. A mole sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after. Someone who has been feeding them intel on Interpol all this time. Very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought.
Callisto, you. The woman who killed my father 7 years ago. You're her, aren't you? The fake Yatagarasu! That's right. Callisto Yu, that's just one of my many names.
But even that is just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Yatagarasu. Callisto Yu, this time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you. Now come along quietly. You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kay Faraday. And had you not used the Yatagarasu's gadgets, I might have never known who you were. But here you are, oh my gosh, but here you are, being a thorn in my side. Just like your father always was. Kay, don't.
I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father!
You really are just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such a laughable honesty. Go! Kay, please. Oh my god. Kay! You let Kay go right now, pal! You despicable.
Let go of me, you filthy...
You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarasu.
But that's impossible! My father was the one who created Little Thief!
Hey, Edgeworth. The Yatagarasu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is? Ooh. Why it has 3 legs? There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be 1 step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. No, it can't be. Did you finally figure it out? Do you finally know the real identity of the Yatagarasu? Oh my god. The real identity of the Yatagarasu is... The real identity of the Yatagarasu is neither Byrne Faraday nor Callisto Yu. But by the same token, they are also both the real Yatagarasu. How very perceptive of you.
No way!
The single person known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu never existed.
Mr. Edgeworth! No! I refuse to believe this!
The Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1. The Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. And a lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of a client's corporation. Ooh. Skill number 2. The Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And a good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal. Are they all working together? And skill number 3. The Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind. Never. Ooh! Detective Bad! It was only natural for the Yatagarasu to never leave evidence behind, because the lead detective on the case hid it all away. You're the 3rd member of the Yatagarasu? You. I've been looking for you for a long time. 7 long years, but I finally got you.
Why, Mr. Bad, long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. If we were such a great team, then why did you kill my father 7 years ago?
Why, indeed. It was nothing personal, really. It was just another person I had to kill.
How could you say that?
I grow weary of this. It's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time, I won't miss. Stop! You! Okay! It's over, Lana. Lana? Oh my gosh. It's over, Sheila.
Your leg.
He took a bullet. Agent Lang. You idiot, what were you thinking, jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, Detective Bad, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she is a spy, it doesn't change the fact that she's my subordinate. And as long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her. Not even from you.
You really are an idiot, you know that?
Huh. That's fine with me. You should know by now that this is just who I am, how I am. Hey, sis.
Yes?
I want you to conduct a full-body search. Sheena might have another weapon on her.
All right. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please.
Sir! Hey, I found something! What is this, sir? Looks like the blade of a knife. It doesn't have a handle. It's the actual blade that was missing. This is a great find, Detective. Oh, it is, sir? Let's try pairing it up with this blade. Let's try pairing up this blade with this handle. Blah, blah, blah.
Take that!
I believe this blade actually belongs with the handle that was on the murder weapon. Hey, they fit together perfectly. This blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife handles were switched. I'm going to return this Babyliss knife now. Alright. I trust that you'll make sure that this is returned to Ambassador Palino. Babyliss knife handle given to Detective Gumshoe. Okay. I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it. Callisto, you. For the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Cochin's murder. Which means that you must be Mr. Cochin's killer. We still haven't figured out the other murder, though. We still have, like, to figure out the other thing, too. You killed Mr. Cochin with the Alabastian knife. Switched the handles, then took the original blade of the Babyliss knife with you. Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open-air stage. Used the fireplace to lose her, then you went back to accuse her of the murder. Does that about sum it up?
Objection!
You kept an engaging tale, Edgeworth. But there are two problems with that. Problems? In what respect? What do you think my real reason was in allowing her to chase after me? It was all so I could capture Kay Faraday.
What?
When I saw you using that device at Gate Waterland, I knew right away that you were Byrne Faraday's daughter. I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out that you were on the trail of the Yatagarasu.
So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Cochin's murder on me?
Yes. I knew you would show up at this embassy tonight, so I thought to use you. But pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal.
You had another?
Yes. Once I had you under arrest, I had planned to search you and take back the device that rightfully belongs to me, the true Yatagarasu.
You were gonna take little thief away from me?
"7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have, and had a tough time recovering that precious key. Then the person who stole the Yatagarasu's key was Mr. Faraday? You. That incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it? In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarasu was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment. Why? Why did you become a member of the Yatagarasu?
Why?
There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean? The person I take orders from hasn't changed, even now to this day. Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Kochan? And the real ringleader is still out there pulling the strings? Are you done asking what you need to know? Because if so, we should probably get going. And you're gonna tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, Sheena? I guess I should tell you then, that I was the one who set the Babalese embassy on fire. And why did you do that? I suppose it was I suppose it was to destroy all evidence of the counterfeit bills. That was what that smuggling ring was trying to do. But then, why start two fires? Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about that ring. It's your job to complete your investigation, after all. I've had my fun. Now it's your turn to enjoy the ride.
Wait! I mean, Miss Sheena.
Yes?
When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet.
What about them?
They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, I should return them to you.
You can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. If you don't... Were they not covered in blood? Am I tripping? If you don't want them, you can just throw them away.
No, I want to keep them.
Suit yourself. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. Edgeworth. About the second problem I had with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight. Ooh. What? I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will. Mr. Prosecutor! Yes, Agent Lang. Mark my words. I'm not done here, and I'll be back. It's got nothing to do with my duty or anything. Because this has become my personal case. I may have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be. Mind you, we're on the same side, brother. His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain in his injured leg. Why the fuck are we moving like that? It's finally over, Kay. No, we don't know who the murderer is, so we now have to figure that out.
I feel like I've peered into her heart a little, you know?
Oh, true!
It's so cold and dark, and incredibly lonely. The person who was giving her all these commands. The one who thought my father was a problem to be removed.
That person is the real ringleader behind the smuggling ring.
Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on to these hair sticks for me? They're really pretty, just like the ones they were selling for the Jam and Ninja show. But until this case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome.
I understand. I'll take good care of them for you. There's a bit of soil stuck at the ends of these sticks. It's soil, okay. Oh, I guess it's that time already, huh? So it's midnight. The dawn of another day. Hey, Pops, thanks a bunch. You really done a lot for everyone all these years. Detective Bad, don't tell me today is the day. Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. It was down to the wire, and we almost didn't make it. But we did it. We solved everything. But that's just it. We haven't solved everything yet. The ringleader of the smuggling ring, you, the Yatagarasu, were chasing down after. The legend of the Yatagarasu is now over. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier, it was brilliant. I feel like I can leave it in your hands. I'm counting on you.
Is it really true, Uncle Bad? Were you also part of the Yatagarasu?
Oh, the fuck? As I said to you earlier, Kay, I'm truly sorry. I want nothing but a peaceful life for you.
Uncle Bad.
Hey, don't take it so seriously. It's all just one big joke, right?
Unfortunately, it isn't.
Oh, come on, sir. She's just yanking on my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth? Detective Bad. Wait, no. You are no longer a detective. Mr. Bad. I'd like to ask you about the Yatagarasu. That's you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. Here. I should give these back to you. These are pages from my KG8 case files that the Yatagarasu stole from my office. So he was the one in the office? Huh? Wait, what? Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night. So the Yatagarasu who stole into my room was you, was it? Wait. Then that means... What? Tell me it's not true. That's too insane for me to believe, sir. It's true. Even if it's not something you want to hear. The KG8 incident was a very emotionally trying case. We stood in that courtroom. Faraday as the prosecutor and I as the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. Remember when I said earlier that I thought that Callisto, you, and maybe Bad worked together? And that I just got it confused on what they worked together on, I guess, because they were like suspiciously close. Especially with you being so young, very close to Miles's age. While Miles was being treated like a child, Callisto was being given full respect. Especially from Bad, which was weird, because again, she's basically the same age. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. You was the elder sister of the victim in that case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. That's when we realized that there was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. And that's what we thought at the time. So did they kill this random woman and she pretended to be her sister? That's how we formed the Yatagarasu. And vowed to bring back the light any dirty dealings companies had with the ring. Including companies that dealt with the Amano Group. Mr. Amano's conglomerate? We called ourselves the Yatagarasu, and flexed our collective muscle. We exposed all sorts of shady dealings, as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up. And then, it was finally time. We had finally arrived at the moment when we'd find out the ringleader's true identity. It was then that you literally stabbed us in the heart. And Faraday, he died for it.
But why? Wasn't she the sister of the victim in the KG8 incident?
After Faraday's death, I looked into her past. And that's when I found out that she was a phony. The victim of the KG8 incident, CCU, she never had a sister. What? Then that means Sheena wasn't the only fake name she used. Callisto U was also another pseudonym. Okay, but like, we know that. What are we talking about? Y'all, am I tripping? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? We know this. She literally said earlier that Callisto U was also like a fake identity. I hate when they do shit like this, when they like just repeat themselves in a really weird way. Because she already said that. She already said that this was also a false identity. That it wasn't real. From the very beginning, that woman was a spy sent by the smuggling ring.
She said it herself. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. Mr. Edgeworth, this trump card that we stuck into this page of the case file. Please use it wisely.
Trump card?
That photo we stuck on there, try peeling it off. Behind it slumbers a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago. It's the mark of the Yatagarasu. But why? This is a directives card from the big boss. Take a look at the back. This was something Kochin had on him at the time of the KG-8 incident, 10 years ago. And that blood is from the victim of the incident, Miss CCU. But why is the card adorned with the mark of the Yatagarasu? The reason why we called ourselves the Yatagarasu was because of the three-legged raven, mark that the smuggling ring's boss used. Apparently, orders from the boss would come on these cards without fail. The person who received the order was supposed to burn it immediately after reading it. And apparently, it burns a bright green flame when set ablaze. So you mean the cards were written in Belbely's ink? The fact that the card that Kochin sent was made The fact that the card that Kochin was sent made it into Faraday's hand at all is nothing short of a miracle. We decided that whenever we stole anything, we would send a card along with it to the police. So that's what those white cards are. The great thief that used the mark that only those within the ring would know. It was our message to the ringleader that we were only a few steps behind. And one more thing, Detective Gumshoe. I'm entrusting this to you. I thought he was about to give him that dirty-ass, nasty lollipop. What is this, sir? This is what I was talking about earlier. During the KG incident trial, Faraday had this in his possession. This important definitive piece of evidence. But I thought it was stolen. How do you have it? The person who stole it from us 10 years ago was a man by the name of Ernest Amano. And he had it locked and hidden away for all this time. But we forced him to tell us where it was, finally. After the other day's kidnapping case. Ooh. This video. Don't come any closer, I'm warning you. This is the same video as the one Mr. Portsman was trying to conceal from me. Yeah, it would seem that even he was caught up in the ring's web. Well, yes. Mono was preparing to take on the boss someday. And the video was his insurance. That's where that prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve the video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office and steal the trump card. You saw it for yourself, right? The card that told him to preserve the evidence? Then, that card was not the calling card of the Yatagarasu, but rather a directives card from the ringleader to Mr. Portsman. The two pieces together make for a strong weapon for whoever holds them. The evidence Mr. Portsman thought to withhold from me. Hi! And the one that you stole from my office last night. Both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is... Whether you use them or not is up to you. But they will be of help to you when you take on someone who is above the law. Is the boss one of those who cannot be brought to court that Mr. Faraday spoke of? Detective Bad. There's no limit to the law, for it is the people who determine limits to them. You still insist that even now? You really are something else. I leave the rest in your hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining member of the Yatagatasu. Pops, don't ever lose your detective spirit. Pops, why is this happening? This isn't justice. Like I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. Now, let's go. Yes, sir. Are you outside right now? Is this really the end of a legend? Okay, this is where I'm gonna leave off. Most definitely. I just refuse to grab a blanket. See how you making your own problems? Go get a blanket before I get mad. Go get a blanket before I get mad. Alright, y'all. Bye!